Hey everybody, Audiophile Barista here. Welcome to day 3. I just woke up. It is still early in the morning and I was sitting having my breakfast and then I heard a noise in the house. Let's listen to this. Now the reason that I wanted to show you this is because every time I show my system and somebody gets a glimpse of these doorstops for vibration control, I had some douche asking me, well, what are you worried about? Hurricanes? Well, this is for vibration control, and the way my house is built is a bit strange, and it is easier for vibrations from outside or wherever to get inside, and that is something I could demonstrate by having a listen to what happens with this lamp. Now this lamp, this big cover, that is something that you just place on a holder, so it's basically metal resting on metal. It's not connected with screws and stuff like that. You just shove it over it, and as you could hear, this was vibrating, so this means the whole deck is probably vibrating. This lamp very often also makes the same noise, and over here already is my system, so somehow there is enough vibration to have the lamps rattle, so why wouldn't this vibration maybe an issue in your setup? Anyways, the reason I have these things, because I do believe vibration control is a big thing in your setup. Things like microphonics, something that douche obviously never heard of, is a real thing. So I'll be making my video today again, but this is just a warming up of me having breakfast and hearing my room in a different way than I like to. Okay, so after that little morning rant, we are here now, a few hours later. I'm going to set up some of this video equipment, and then I'm going to tell you what I'm planning for today. Now I know some people say I should not react to those kind of comments, but sometimes the level of ignorance is so high that I just have to address it, and there's going to be another one in this video, so stay tuned if you are into things like that. Now let's set up this equipment and then we move on. But before I tell you what I'm going to do today, let's clean up this mess a little bit. By the way, did you notice yesterday when you watched the movie Day 2 that there was a strange warning at the beginning of the video that you had to click to approve? That was because, and I'm almost afraid to show the whole image, but this image somehow had the AI say that this was a dangerous video. And as some of you pointed out, they had a problem with this cover, but they did not have a problem with this cover. Anyways, how this works in YouTube land is that when you make a video and it does break the rules, you get a warning. After 2 warnings, it'll be 90 days, I believe, 90 days before you can upload again. So for 3 months you cannot upload anything. And with the third warning, well, 3 strikes is out, they completely remove your channel. So I challenged this warning, and then because it is AI that is doing that, then some actual person is going to watch it, and then they understood, well, this is not a warning like we said, so they retracted the warning. So I'm still at 0, but that is what happened. So I'm back at 0. There's no problem for the channel. You know, when you play music that is copyrighted, they do give you a warning, but it does not have any repercussions for your channel. But something like they thought was happening yesterday, that does have repercussions, and you get a warning. And when that happened 3 times, that is the end of your channel. So that's not what I want, but for now everything is okay. Okay, there's some more cleaning up to do. So here's something else that I would like to share with you. So at the moment I have these 300Bs installed. These are the T-Series Mark II from PSV. And the reason for that is, for some time now I had a problem with the noise coming from this amplifier, meaning the hum like you have from a wrong earth connection. And I thought it was the power amplifier. I had these Emission Labs 300Bs installed, and these came with the amplifier when I bought it. I bought it second hand. These are not the original tubes that come with the Audion Silver Knight, but these were installed. The previous owner has been playing with them, and I have been playing them for many years now. So at some point I thought, well, maybe it's not the amplifier, maybe it is the tube, the 300B tube. So I installed these, and when I put it on full volume, which is the best as sound is going, to turn it all the way up, these make a lot more hum noise than these ones. So for now I may be thinking, well, maybe I have to change these Emission Labs, buy a new set. I don't want to, because these are 500-600 euros. I picked these up second hand. They were relatively new, according to the seller. I know you have to trust somebody, so let's say that he was correct. These are pretty young, and the noise, the hum at full volume is much lower. Now these sound a little bit nicer. These still sound incredible. So maybe for now I keep it like that. But I was wondering, I have a question for all the technical guys out there. Is it possible that at the end of the lifetime of a tube, something like hum through the loudspeakers could go up? Is that a thing? How could you explain that to me? Because I don't understand. And for those of you who are wondering, and if you watch my channel closely, there's a lot of times that I have noise coming through my loudspeakers. And with tubes that is more obvious, but you might think that I don't have a good setup. But what you do have to remember is that my loudspeakers are 98 dB sensitivity. And that means that if there is any noise inside of your system, you will hear it. If on this same system you would put up a loudspeaker set from, let's say, 85 dB sensitivity, you probably hear nothing. You might think that this system is dead quiet, but it is not. So for now, in my videos you will probably see these 300B tubes instead of these. But let me know, is that a thing with tubes? Is that a sign that it is coming to the end of its life? I'm curious. Okay, so what is it that I'm going to do? Well, I'm going to empty this rack completely, pull it forward, put it over here so I can get behind it and do a little bit of spring cleaning. That is something that I would like to do every year. I'm going to do that on that side also. That will be later. So get the rack all the way out, clean up behind it, but that also gives me an opportunity to make some comparison videos that I have been wanting to do for a very long time. But for now, doing comparison videos and having to reach behind that, changing cables all the time, that is just a pain. So I don't like doing that. But when that rack is over here, I can just stand behind it and do a cable change very easily. So for the next week, maybe, I don't know, I'm going to try and do all those comparisons that I wanted to do for a very long time. Let's just see how it goes. And as I promised, I'm going to do one more dumb, stupid comment that somebody made about this rack. That is what I'm going to finish off this video with, and then tomorrow I will show you a bit more about how I'm progressing. So I took off the avatar transport from Dana Frips to talk about this comment that I got a little time ago. Now, a long time ago, I put my video about my rack online. That is my most watched video to date, and every now and then I get incredibly stupid comments on that. And one of the things that I say is that this rack, complete, not even filled with equipment, but just the rack, is way over 100 kilos. And then I believe I say 120 in that video, and then I get a comment saying, well, there is no way that this rack weighs 120 kilos. He has no idea what MDF weighs. He has no idea what real maple weighs. So here's a little test just to address the fact that this thing absolutely weighs more than 100 kilos, and just to counteract the stupidity of some of these comments that really annoys me. So here we have a regular scale. It is set to 0 kilos. I will pick up one of those two plateaus that I just showed you that held the Denefrips transport, and I will just show you how much just this one thing weighs. So as you can see, this is just about 10 kilos. So here we go. That one plateau is weighing 10 kilos, meaning two of them, 1, 2, these are 20 kilos. These are lined up with the back of the rack, and on the front here there's even room, so this plateau is even deeper than those two. So let's say these are 20 kilos, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 20, 80 kilos, plus the 20 on top, that is already 100 kilos. And I did not even address the sides. So let's say that's also 20, and that's also 20. So 140 kilos for this rack without even the equipment. You know, and I'm just interested, what happens in your mind when you say that there's no way that this rack weighs 120 kilos? Based upon what? I know I should not address it, but I just can't let that stupidity, that level of stupidity and ignorance brought in such an arrogant way, I cannot ignore it on my channel, on my comment section. So if you don't like me doing this, I'm sorry. My channel, my rules. Anyways, back to the video.